Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Friday. I'm here with my co-host and partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. And it is time for Tech Life Weekly. Guys, you know, we talk tech and English on Friday, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. We hope you'll put your questions in the chat and join in the conversation. Those of you watching on the replay, we look forward to hearing from you too. So, without further ado, I'm going to present us some and introduce the others, Miss Francine Gregory of iLife Realty. How you doing, beautiful?
Having fun.
Yes.
Hey, first of all, thank you to everybody who wished me a happy birthday yesterday. I so much appreciated it. Um, People talk about birthdays and Terry, thank you for your gift and the other people who sent things.
Well, I don't like people sending me empty cards. It's like, wait a minute. What's up with that?
So I bought some stock.
Good job.
Your
I
gift.
was hoping you would, but I didn't want to send you a gift certificate. You know.
And also, what not to do in business. If Okay, how not to use Messenger in business. I'm trying to find my phone real quick.
Okay.
Somebody sent me a message, and then I'll get into this week in tech history. Somebody sent me, or should I save it for later? Okay, I'm going here. Somebody sent me a message, a birthday message. TJ is sending me some stuff here too because I can get her logged in. Anywho, they sent me a message on my birthday. Happy birthday. And I'm going to go in here and show it to you. I was like, no, you did not do this. Let me see. I apologize for the delay in the airtime and all of that.
Oh yeah, yeah. We had some technical difficulties, so we just want to let you know we do appreciate your time. We are here. We just had to work through some things to get into the studio today. Friend,
happy birthday. Here's a gift just for you, your family and friends. I've been using Stash for banking, savings, and investing. Use my link and add some cash, and we both get $20.
So you got to earn your birthday present, girl.
I was like,
is this love or what? What is
somebody did that as a strategy. Who taught you that?
Well, you know, evidently they're used to having to earn everything because they went for the strategy. I think sometimes, you know, I always say when you are putting something together for your customers, go around to the other side of the table and look at it from the customer's point of view.
Please, because I was I didn't know how to take that. Was it a birthday greeting
or was it an ad?
It was an ad. They meant it as they thought it was going to be a clever way of getting. Okay, so here's the thing: the birthday wasn't on their mind. That sales, that getting them $20 was on their mind.
So the customer was not at the top of their mind.
No.
Providing a service was not at the top of their mind.
They just saw opportunity because they used the birthdays that come up.
Exactly.
The birthdays come up on, hey, TJ.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. So the birthdays come up on your social media because it reminds you of a birthday, but don't take the opportunity to sell
to people.
So yeah, I don't know if you heard, I got a birthday greeting on Messenger.
Oh, happy birthday. I know it was yesterday, right?
But
Yeah.
it was just happy birthday. Here's a gift just for you, your family, and friends. I've been using Stash for banking, savings, and investing. Use my link and add some cash. And I got to add some cash.
Oh,
Okay. And
yeah.
we both get $20.
Oh, I guess because you have to set it up or so. I don't know anything about Stash, but okay.
Got to put
Well,
my on the Stash, whatever. The point I'm trying to make is that was not a birthday.
that was not cute.
I didn't feel warm and fuzzy afterward. Like,
You didn't feel valued.
I didn't feel like it was a valid birthday. Come on, if you're gonna do birthdays, just say happy birthday, leave it alone, and not tag along the sales pitch.
Oh yeah, and I got some watches.
Okay. What not to do with Messenger? Hey Pat, what not to do on Messenger? Please don't use Messenger for that. And please don't use the fact that they tell us everybody's birthday with that. Don't use it in that way. Use the information to connect with the person, tell them happy birthday, but not necessarily sell them a new item.
Right.
You want to weigh in on that? Really?
No selling. No selling.
It's happy birthday.
I mean,
I'll leave it alone. There you go.
but that's a good example of we're not supposed to be selling. I know a business wants to sell. That's what a business does. Especially in this time when the pandemic and everything is happening, you don't sell. You build your brand. So when I want to buy your product or service, you're top of mind in my mind. So when I'm ready, I come to you. You have to trust the process, and they're not trusting the process.
Mm-hmm.
The selling.
Serve. Don't sell.
Yes.
I like that.
Oh, I love that.
Just say happy birthday. And I just got a revelation, TJ, and you've probably been saying this. The light bulb just went on. Facebook and the other platforms, we're supposed to be talking to people and letting them know who we are, how we do what we do, hello, blah, 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 and just having conversations with people, not selling stuff.
So, and what we're doing now is a good example of that. What happens every weekday, Monday through Friday, on the same spot and the same time? We show up and we talk to you guys and we have a conversation.
Right.
That's all you need to do. Trust that the customer will find you when they want you. When you sell to them like this, you turn them off. Turn them off. They like, okay, no.
It was not
trust.
It was not, I did not feel appreciated or
valued. How about, did you feel valued?
Oh, and the thing, I don't necessarily know if I know who that is.
And then, okay, so let's go with this. So when you feel like that, you express it to others like you're doing now. So that's bad word of mouth.
That's
what your brand or business does not want. You do not want that. So I'll give another example. So one of my clients is in travel, and like I said, New York is pretty much, there's no travel. It's shut down.
Yeah.
But there's still communication going on all the social media accounts about, New York, and we'll be here when it opens, and when you're ready, we here. And you know what the response was? All of the customers that had used the service and everything, they were all like, oh, when this is open, we're going to plan our trip. We're going to do it with you. They're not going to do anything with any other business. They're doing it with you because why? Because you're talking to them on your social media pages, on your Facebook page, on your Instagram, your Twitter, your TikTok, your Pinterest. Keep doing that, but it's not the time to sell. There is a way to sell now, but it's not the way Francine just told you. That's not it. You don't hit them with the hammer.
That was exactly a good analogy. I was like, I thought it was just a birthday thing, and then and I have to give you money too, or have to put money in
to get your present.
That's crazy.
Oh, and now see, now I'm looking.
A gift.
Do I even
crazy
bothered by whatever the product are because you presented the product in such a manner? I'm like, I probably don't even want the product, and it might be a good product. I just don't want it because
see, so they just soured a good relationship that could have been a positive relationship. They just soured it by all of the things that they're doing because it's greed and we want money and we want you to buy. And yes, you want a customer to buy as a business, but there's a right way and a wrong way. That's why we talk about it. The strategy, the planning of it, the message, what you're going to say. And it just boggles the mind. It really does. It really does.
Yeah, I think the thing too is we have to remember not to turn over our advertising generation to a third party, because this was they probably just gave them some advertising dollars and they decide, oh, let's do this as a group, and everybody said, yeah, cool. Now but the company has the reputation of trying to live that down.
Right. So there's that thing I always say, people like to set it and forget it.
Yes.
If they use the third party, vet the third party, check that it's going out right, check that the message is right, check that everything is right. But you really shouldn't use a third party, but they did in this case. So you see what happens when you trust the process that your customer, because you've done all the steps. Remember Tuesday, Caroline, we was talking about the lead gen and how you get the attention and the content and the call. So when you do all of those steps, you have to trust that the client or the customer is there with you. That's why you're doing it, because you want to connect with those who want what you have to offer. And when you do that, when you connect with the target audience, the people that want what you have and love your business message and your mission statement and your this and your that, they'll be with you every step of the way. You won't have to, yank them. We got to pull them on a chain and make sure they follow our brand, our business. You don't have to do that.
They will want to.
They will find you. If they can't find you, like if we're not here, they're like, well, where are the bitch chicks? They'll be like, they're used to being in the process of traveling along with your business, your brand, and you have to trust that. That's the hardest thing. I gotta trust that they're gonna be there. If you're doing all the steps correctly, yes, they'll be there. So you have to sell.
So looking back over all the conversations that I've gotten from this person on Messenger, they are all of the sales nature.
Oh, so it's probably just ads coming at you, wrapped up in a birthday package.
Well, they're trying to utilize Messenger in a way that I don't think is a good way.
It was designed to be.
Right.
It's like, let's say, if Messenger's here to replace our phone or our video chat, it's like going and answering your phone and getting a robocall.
Exactly.
Right. That's how they're using the chat. That's how they're using the chat bot in this instance as a robocall. And the chat bot, you're supposed to program it in natural language way where it's like an actual person talking to another actual person and not two pieces of code talking to each other like a robocall, like Darylita just said. Chatbots have a place, but they're being overused. That's why I didn't even really go into like talking about it here, because there's so much finesse and nuance that you have to have that it's like, okay, let's put that's down the road, and people are overusing it. Well, marketing and sales.
I don't even think it's a chat bot. I think the person is copy and pasting their little thing, and they just
Okay.
selling and selling.
Then
And
that's wrong. That's
oh my
they
gosh,
checked out. They checked out. Set it and forget it. They checked out. Oh, I'll just rubber stamp this, and nobody will notice this is the real signature. It's just a rubber stamp signature, just like a factory. That that is not the way forward, people.
and
Especially now.
I think they become your friend so that you can see when the birthday comes up. When the birthday comes up, everybody probably got this little copy paste,
Yep.
copy, paste. Now, the one thing I do know that they didn't put it in a group
Okay.
and send it to everybody in the group, because that whole group chat thing, I just like, okay.
That is just terrible.
And
But see, and
go ahead.
when you have chat bot, you can have it set up to send like a birthday message. You can have it. That's why I said maybe it's a chat bot, because it's not a group thing. It's individual. And you can send it when somebody's birthday and it automatically goes to Messenger. But then that's wrong. How about go to Messenger and personally say, hi, friend, happy birthday. I hope you're having a great day. Is there anything we can do for you on today? It's your birthday. Ta-da. And then you say, yes, I would like so and so, or you say no, thank you for asking. There's a good taste. It's like having a gourmet meal, and then the taste is like, well, there's no taste. Well, you got to leave a good taste in your customers' mouths when you serve them a message online.
Yeah, because that was just. I said I'm gonna have to talk about this.
Is asking is touch.
Yeah, as we should. Yeah.
Right. Christy, I don't know.
You really don't know.
She normally comes in a little later, but I'm not sure.
She might have a meeting or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I was like. Don't do it, people. Just don't do it. Okay.
And it's the easiest thing to do is personalize your message. Like pretend you had a store, a physical store, and a customer came in. What would you say? That's the language you use. If you're funny, you say something funny. If you're serious, you say something serious. If your tone, real life, is your tone on social media. There's no, please don't set it and forget it. Please don't use the chat box with all the, it's too much. Just from the heart message. Serve, don't sell.
Right.
Fran just said, serve.
And you can.
What does that mean? Serve.
In small increments. Maybe you send something and you take time to talk to, 3 people a day where you have an actual solid conversation with them.
I love that. Because I want you to think about it. And we talk about Gary Vaynerchuk a lot. I know we do, but I'm just like, he's a good example of this. Running several companies, not just one, running several companies, managing 1,000 employees, but he gets on Twitter and does a real message. And people always ask him, is this really Gary? And he says, yes, it's me. So he takes the time out of doing all of that stuff to personally send a message or reply to comments on Instagram or Facebook. And that's what I'm saying. That's the personal touch. It's the best way to do it.
Right.
So somebody like that running all of these businesses can take time to pick up his phone and go. He says, let me go to Twitter and say hi to a couple people. Hey, and responds to comments. Now, he doesn't do it all day, but he takes a 5-10 minute, like I was suggesting, you take 5-10 minutes and look at your comments in the morning, and then you check at lunch, and then but we got a lot of time now, so you can spend more time. But you want to respond to people, not post stuff and run away. Hit and run. I'm a post and run.
Hit and run. Yes, thank you.
Post and run. Don't post and run. Respond to people. Now I know there's trolls and bots because I hate that on Instagram. That I went today and looked at something, and because I posted a question on my story, and then I was like, I got all these trolls. Gotta delete them. But when somebody has a real response, because in all those spam messages, I had a couple real responses from people because I asked a specific question and they gave me a specific answer. So that's how I know that's a real person.
Right.
So you have to do those things.
Wow.
This is very good information. I was going to go with my regular this day in tech history, and I was like, I need to talk about this because it was so.
No, I'm glad you brought this up. It's a good discussion to get lessons out of, and we talk about that kind of thing just about every week in different ways. But that's really the meat of the message: serve, don't sell. Trust your customers; they're gonna find you, and be real. Just give a real message. Respond to people in a real way. That's it. Don't make it hard, because I know that. Yeah, there's lots of gurus and tech experts and stuff that say you got to do this on social media, you got to do that with your this, and just do what you need to do naturally. Look at your analytics, and how it's working. Your analytics will tell you specifically on your accounts what kind of post is working. When you said this, how many responses did you get? When you asked a question, what was the feedback? When you posted a photo, what was the feedback? When you posted a video, and all of that, every account you have, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all of those have places where you see what the response is. And so you do more of what works.
Right.
That's it. We're going to keep it simple. Like we said on Tuesday, remember, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to explain it simple.
Please, just
because there's so many things out there. Yeah, you got to buy this course. You got to do this tool. You got to do this, and you got to post it on Instagram between 9 and 11. Who said? They did some study. They did a study. But what does your Instagram analytics say? And you go in and look at it.
Are your people up? If your people are in Australia, they're not up at 9 in the afternoon.
That's right.
California.
We're global. We're global. You have international followers, so they may be up at 3 a.m. So set something real and post it at 3 a.m. when you're sleeping, but they're up. But make it real, like you're really talking. No, set it and forget it.
Yeah,
let's not do that.
It's social media is about being social and using the media of Facebook or Twitter, TikTok, whatever you're on, to be social.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing.
It's a communication tool. Yeah.
Conversations.
Just consider it the same way you would a telephone call or a video chat. Look at it that way. You're calling a friend. You're interacting with a friend. How would you do that naturally? And the people who are going to connect with you are going to connect with you.
And the ones who don't want to, they won't.
It's okay.
So let that fish.
Couple of billion.
Let that fish get away. Yeah, let that fish get away. Bye. You don't need that fish. Another fish is coming by. You're fishing. Another fish is going to join your hook. The other ones, they don't like the bait. Okay, let them swim away. Release that.
Okay. Well, can we segue from catfishing into what's going on with online dating?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just find out.
Okay, so I was looking, I'm always looking for articles. So over here on CNET, they were talking about dating during the coronavirus, 7 ideas for virtual dates while social distancing. Okay, so I'm going to just name a few. They're saying that you can tour a museum. So you can pull it up and you can both sort of go through there together and talk about the pictures. It says for your date, you can try to synchronize or screen share. So you're looking at the same art at the same time.
Okay. Okay.
You can watch a concert together and chat away by phone or video chat while it's going on. You can make some art. And I thought this was interesting. But anyway, you can either, like print off a coloring page and you guys are at different sites coloring or whatever it is, spend the next hour or however long working on it while you chat. Virtual escape room. Now, this is interesting. I'm not sure. Okay. Want to see how well you solve problems? Try a virtual escape room. An escape room, if you haven't tried one, is an let's say it's a problem-solving scenario. You're literally in a room trying to solve clues. So you can do
Right. You have
that.
to escape. Right.
Yeah, escape from the room. I've seen the physical thing, but I know how it worked online.
Mm-hmm.
You can watch a movie
Right.
together. Services like Netflix Party. Um, okay, it allows you to chat while you're watching the movie. You can share dinners and
Okay.
drinks. Now, I thought this was a good one because um, you can have food delivered and then dress up, get on camera, order food, and or eat whatever you've cooked if y'all don't want to do that, and
Or
sit together
Zoom.
and chat over dinner as though you were at a restaurant, which is interesting. Go
Okay.
old, or you can go old school with games by playing games
Yeah.
online. Those were the things that they were suggesting because people are calling up Match.com and freaking out because they don't they don't know how to um, carry on this online dating process. Now, I say that to say that, and then the next thing I want to mention is that Uber has donated 50,000 free rides to people who are experiencing domestic violence under this situation because there's a lot of stress. There's a
Right.
different interaction at home. So you may want to
Okay.
be aware that both are available.
So
You
here's my question. So you would call Uber, and how do you tell them that it's a domestic violence situation on the app? Or
let's see. It says
It might
Uber.
have a code word.
I don't know. It says
Maybe they have a.
we're offering free rides and food to thousands of women facing domestic violence, and this is rolled out into 16 countries. The reason why they're doing it is because during this time money is tight and there's a lack of transportation. And you may be
The
stuck at
getaway
home with
car.
the abuser. The article is over here on USA Today. So it says the home button.
Okay.
Oh, so I don't know if they've got a button you push.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's if the abuser hasn't taken the phone and thrown it in the toilet or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I read that Uber had set up some kind of system because remember a few years ago the young lady that got in a car and thought it was an Uber and
Yeah.
she lost her life. So
Yes.
and then I think the family sued Uber or something. But I think what came out of that is there's some kind of thing in Uber that you have to a code or something
Mhm.
to combat that. So maybe they have a code for this
And
situation.
and
yeah,
they may be responding to calls that come through the National Domestic Violence Hotline.
Okay.
Could be.
They may be
Okay.
calling Uber.
Yeah.
We're going to send an Uber for you, and here's what it looks like. And that,
Right. Okay.
say,
that
That
makes-
works too.
there's several ways they could be doing it. I don't know.
okay. So now that makes sense because I was like, okay, because
Yeah,
when I normally go into Uber, it doesn't.
Right.
provide all of that wonderfulness.
And there are people that are doing things. But I'm
Mhm.
back up to your whole dating thing.
The whole dating thing. There's an uptick in people who are doing online dating for the purpose of finding their soulmate versus just hooking up. There's a 5% downtick in people who just want to hook up. And
Yeah,
Okay, so
this makes you realize
let me-
your morbidity really quickly. So
you know what I'm saying? All like kissing and exchanging body fluids might be a little premature, people.
there was a story. I saw a story on the news a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, where this guy in Brooklyn sent his drone over. He's out on the rooftop, so he sent his drone over to the girl he saw on the other rooftop with his phone number. And then they did a virtual, they did an in-person meet, and he got in a bubble. And he put everything on TikTok. So he got in a bubble and they met, like they came down to the street and he was in the bubble and the police stopped him and said, "Oh, you're that guy that was on Channel 4." So they high-fived him. So there's like a whole series of him. And like you were saying, having the virtual date. So they had a virtual dinner date where he was in his apartment with the phone and a glass of wine and a plate of food, and she was in his. So it's like a whole series of them like getting together. They've been on the news. They've been everywhere.
That's cute.
Okay.
But where did he get a bubble from? That's what I'm.
I don't know. He's a photographer.
You can buy those because they sell them. Yeah, they sell them for recreation purposes. Like kids use them in the park and stuff to roll down hills and stuff. And
okay, that kind of bubble. Not
like
like
a bubble. The plastic one you get in and you zip up and you walks with you.
Oxygen in
like
it.
a plastic zip.
Yeah, Devette said, "Oh yeah."
So
and she was on the rooftop. I'm like,
oh, okay.
Yeah. So they met. Like he was out. He's a photographer, so he had like one of those the cameras with the one of those lenses, and he was out taking pictures, and he just saw people on the roof and saw one girl. He was like, "Oh." She was dancing or something, and he was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And he wrote his number down, put it on the drone, and sent it over to her. And she called him.
Wow.
That is.
It was like 3. So he put all of that on. It's on TikTok. What is his? I'll look up his username.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, because I saw it on the news, and then I saw he was on TikTok, and they showed his username, and I went to TikTok, and I think I'm following him. So, but the thing was, it was so funny. It was so funny because he was on the local news here, and then so everybody saw it. And so when the police stopped him because he was in a bubble walking with her, she wasn't in a bubble. She had on gloves and stuff, but he's in a bubble and they were walking together. Right. And so the police stopped them, and he put all of this on his TikTok. So the police stopped him and was like, "Hey, you're that guy, you were on Channel 4. And then they high-fived, and then they went on their date. It was just so funny. It's so funny.
Debbie
I have to find it.
Have changed. Yes, they
Debbie, how you doing, Debbie?
They sure have.
I'm like, okay, but they were creative. He really liked this girl. He gonna get a bubble and do the whole thing.
Okay,
yeah, like Toddy said, where'd he get the bubble from? I don't know. He didn't show that part, but he had one, and he went outside, popped it up, and got into it, and rolled across the street from him.
Wow.
So they were rolling down the street, and the police stopped. It was just so hilarious.
Wow.
And
but it's certainly creative.
I know.
Wow.
It's certainly creative.
Have you seen the I don't know, you may have said this before I joined in, the whole thing with Common and Tiffany Haddish? Is it on, I think I saw it on Instagram. And so it's kind of like an ad. I don't know if it's for Bumble or for whatever, but it's like a little ad, and they go on this date and they show themselves dancing with each other. They order food from separate places, and they say to support the, local businesses, the restaurants. Yeah, I'm going to order this, you order that. So it's actually quite cute. More creative than what people do in real life when it comes to dates, it seems.
Which is some of the things they're talking about you can do during the virus.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Creative.
You keep connected.
Yes. And yet distanced.
Hey,
Maureen, good to see you in here.
All right, I found one of the articles on this the dating guy, so it's in there.
Oh, cool.
You can go to that story. I think the guy's name is Jeremy Cohen on TikTok.
Okay, but you leave it to. You just need one person to get out of the box, and the rest of us can get out of the box too.
And he got a bunch of followers on TikTok because of this whole thing. So, and he's been documenting the story.
Okay, so he didn't send a birthday greeting with.
No.
You know what? I think I'm going to invent something. I think something just came to my mind.
Okay. Well, keep it to yourself or tell us. Either way.
You could create a little rope, and with handles on each end, and then you put a paper bag, you wipe down the other end, put a paper bag on it, and the other person can grab the end, and y'all could walk and not be together, but be connected. This is interesting for dating.
And I saw it in a movie.
Really?
Oh,
A movie where the
I
guy.
know it sounds weird, huh?
No, because the boy or her or the girl had some type of illness that they couldn't touch people.
Ah.
And so, but they
Yes.
yes.
but they fell
I
for each
remember that.
other and they did something. Okay, we got to stand 5 feet apart or something. And I think it was on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
Feet apart or something, and they couldn't.
But there's something about that connection,
Right.
you know.
Then they had to,
Mhm.
they were as long as they had this.
They were linked. They had the distance down. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I
All
said,
right.
Interesting.
Very. So I went to the movies yesterday.
Huh?
Oh, what'd you see?
You did?
The
A
College
physical movie theater?
House. Okay, it's okay. On Prime.
Oh,
I was like,
You
she
went to
got.
the movie.
I was like, she got brand new because it was her birthday, and she thought she could. You
Go
went
out.
outside to the movie view. She thought she could go out. Oh well, it's my birthday, therefore. Okay, so on
it's a
Prime,
national holiday and the pandemic is over, right?
exactly, exactly.
So the
Oh
movie
my
theater.
god, that was funny.
It was not the movie theater here. It wasn't open. It's amazing that the parking lot is full where we are, Delta Shores. The parking lot is full, but it's because people are driving up to Jamba Juice or people are going to Starbucks. The people to all food places are pushing here, where
Wow.
you can.
Okay.
Where you can order your food on, you either use the app or you can, they have where you're 6 feet from people, all of that in place. They're not letting more than so many people in the place at one time, but the parking lot is full. I'm like,
Okay.
we're on hiatus.
I told you the other day that the line for Starbucks was going up and heading down the freeway. I'm like, what are you talking about? Is it really
Wow.
And my thing is like Starbucks is not a necessity. Okay, that is frivolity, which is not a word, but it's frivolity to its highest extent.
It's indulgence at
it's very much indulgence, and really you can make your own Starbucksy type things at home if you so desire. The thing is, it's incredible it's incredible how we have not adjusted our behaviors when it comes to those things. It's like, all right, for me, you guys know Trader Joe's is my store, but if there are some things that I want but I've run out of, oh well, I just have to do without. Because I'm not waiting in line. I'm not doing it, and it's not the safest thing right now. So I will do without.
Right.
But people, for Starbucks, for a $4.79 cup of coffee, you will wait in line.
You know how many YouTube videos show you how to make every drink at Starbucks? You just go to YouTube, people. YouTube is your friend now.
Even with places like McDonald's, etc., they're all putting recipes online for how they do X, Y. Like McDonald's in particular did how they did their Egg McMuffin sandwich and showed you how to do.
Yes, I saw that.
I mean, every restaurant is trying to accommodate, and they want you to patronize, but they're showing you how to do things from home. Why not do that? Apparently, it's too much like right. I don't think it's cool to be standing in miles-long lines for a cup of coffee, essentially.
Here's the thing. Here, you can't stand. They're not letting you.
Then you're not coming in the lobby.
To drive through.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to go pick up a iced something I was going to go pick up on my way someplace. And I went, the line was looking like In-N-Out Burger. If you know, if you're in California, we have In-N-Out Burger. The line is always out the door, around the block. That's what that Starbucks line was. And so the lady came to the door, mask and whatever, and she said, or that's for if you ordered it online or if you're in line to get it, to put the order in.
Right.
Like, that's going to be a minute before you even get to the coffee.
Hey, Curtis, how you doing?
Now remember, Starbucks. Remember, I mentioned a few weeks ago something about Starbucks, especially for here. They have a some kind of app. They had a system, of app where you could order, and then you just. It's not a Starbucks where you go in like everybody's sitting around. It was they were testing it to make the order, and you get it, and then you leave. Like you don't stand around. So I think Starbucks is trying to make it where you don't. A lot of stores, restaurants, and things like this you're not going to be able to come in and congregate like you used to. It's going to be 5 people at a time or 1 person at a time. So Starbucks made that app, and this was before the virus, but now this is the way we got to think about it. The grocery stores, you can only go 20 in at a time or whatever the limit is. So that's, I think we're going to be going from that until we get a vaccine.
So
yeah,
Starbucks,
or something happens.
So
you get used to it.
They closed down. There's one walk-in in our neighborhood where you can order your coffee, walk in, and pick it up off the counter.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to. They pull the chairs up, flip them upside down, so
right.
And so then we have the other ones that are drive-through.
Well, we Californians live in our cars, so it's not it's not a big transition for us. We're used to waiting for stuff in our cars.
But versus here, there's like no drive-ins, like there's drive-through, like New York. We're a walking city, so that's why nobody's out.
Exactly.
Yeah, so nobody's out going to Starbucks because this is a walking city. Everything is walking. Like walk up. Now there's no drive, nothing here.
It's funny
maybe
when you
Jersey.
Find Jersey definitely, but when you do find a drive through in New York, you're like, what? They have a drive through? It's like a big surprise.
It's a thing, like
it's like what?
It's what is this thing?
Exactly.
What is that?
So
now we have a walk up.
Starbucks wouldn't stand a chance in Italy, and
real coffee there.
And Brennan went to Trader Joe's looking for yeast and flour, and saw a line the full front of the shopping center and around it.
Have we gone back this way now? Remember when I think all of us grew up in cold places, right? So when you had a blizzard or a blizzard was coming, what was the first thing that everybody went to buy? Bread, eggs, and milk, because nothing else was edible during that time for some reason. So you could only have bread, eggs, and milk, and they will fly off the. So it seems like every time there is something, a calamity, we get irrational in terms of the things that we buy.
So now we see it was, instead of bread and eggs and milk, it was toilet paper with this.
Wasn't that weird? That is so weird. And it still hasn't come back. They cannot keep up.
No, although with Walmart, and I'm not a normal Walmart shopper, but I said, well, let me make sure I have enough. Perhaps 8 rolls won't last a month. So they did have some. So you know, because my thing is like, have you all stopped manufacturing it? Is this just the issue? Nobody makes it anymore. Is that it?
No, they showed it.
I read it.
They were running extra shifts. And the people, when it comes in, people are in a panic. And so by the time you get there at 9:00, if they stock the shelf,
they put it out in the morning. Yeah.
And they only get 1 per customer. And it's just, people are just irrational about it. I don't know what to say.
Right. And I saw a story about like the paper manufacturers. They can't up production. I mean, they can't like add but so much because they were already running full. So it's not like they can build another factory to do it. So it's really their output is like, come on, they're like upping it as much as they can. Like on Star with they're doing as much as they can. So I don't understand what is.
Well, maybe don't play the mummy during this time. Maybe don't wrap the dog in it during this time. Stop using so much.
But here's a fallout from this is that the day sales have gone through the roof. People are buying the Americans that they weren't using those before. Now they're using them with the seats and stuff.
Here's the thing, and not to be TMI, but when we were little, My mother did a big job of teaching us to use water and soap after that. So I grew up that way. We didn't have a bidet, but you used water and that's what you did. And so then when they came out with these quote unquote flushable, which are not really flushable wipes, people like, flushable wipe. So my sister and I were like, were you not using water before? Mm-hmm.
And
you know what's come out of this? There's so many. We look at so many hygiene habits that everybody's like, wash your hands. Like, who wasn't washing their hands before?
Okay,
plenty what's going on?
Plenty people not washing hands.
Okay, but there were some, because I went to a restaurant, a very nice restaurant, and the lady left the stall and walked right out the door. I was like,
no, I can't.
I was like, oh,
I just had to do number one. It's okay.
I was like, no, she did not do that. Okay.
Oh my God.
Driving me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The shot is like you had to tell people how to. Oh my God. I just can't get into it.
It's the thing. I was like, I worked in a hospital environment, so I was washing my hands all the time.
Right.
I mean, after
right.
And you are washing your hands. And not washing your hands is like, oh my gosh.
You know, and you get, just like you working in a hospital environment, like, you know, I told you my mom owns a home healthcare agency. So my sister and I took the training just because we wanted to know for PCAs. They taught you how to wash your hands under the nails. And so ever since then, and I had always washed my hands, but I was like, wow, you don't think about under the nails and, you know, all the crevices. So, you know, I've always done that ever since then. But there are plenty of people who will just rinse. And then, you know, there are public restrooms that are very guilty of this too. They'll run out of soap. So what do? Okay, well, let me just rinse my hands. Rinse does not remove germs.
It does. Soap is the necessary ingredient.
Yes.
Hot water. Hot water.
Well, it actually doesn't have to be hot.
I can't believe.
It actually doesn't have to be hot. It's optimal if it is warm or hot water, but it doesn't have to be. Cold water will work as long as you have
the soap.
Right.
The soap. Right.
The soap interrupts the fatty proteins on viruses and germs, which is what kills them.
Right.
And you know what's so funny? A lot of kids are doing the soap experiment where they they put the little finger in the pepper and stuff.
With the pepper,
Their kids, so kids are out there doing their little science experiment and teaching the adults like, oh, this is how it works. It's the soap. It's not the water. It's the soap. And look how effective it is. There it is.
Thank you, young
Humanity
people.
is doomed.
School.
Thank kids.
We are doomed.
Thank you, kids.
After all, we raised them. They ought to know something.
And let's move on for the bidet.
Okay, so Debbie said made 20 plus pots for $5.
Yep. I want to segue though, ladies, seriously, because last week we never got to Terry, to TJ, or to Tachi, and I want to, do y'all have something that you want to say before?
Yeah, I have something. I have something real quick. I'll do mine real quick. Let me pull up my notes now. Because of, and I don't know if it's because of, but Instagram Live has been this hot talk thing. So now, with your Instagram Live, you weren't able to. It was 24 hours, and it would disappear. So now Instagram is letting you take your live and push it to IGTV. And so it's living on past the 24 hours.
Awesome. That's awesome.
That's good.
So, there's been lots of talk about Instagram this week. So there you have it. So you can do your live and you can save it off the IG. So, and again, Instagram wants to push up their IGTV, which nobody's really using. So this is a good way to do it.
Okay. So now I got a question. So when you go live on Instagram, and I've seen Gary Vee and a couple other people do it where they had two people, and it looks like it was by side. Because right now, is there a way to kind of, if StreamYard could go live to Instagram? We can't do that yet, right?
No, because see, Instagram doesn't, and this gets back to the Teddy Riley thing. Instagram doesn't have API like Facebook.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've been talking about that all.
We talked about that yesterday.
Yesterday or when, but we talked about it on Tuesday. it's a really good example of what every live platform can do. So Instagram, I think on purpose, is not having an API, which is a connection like Facebook gives you an API so we can go on Facebook. Instagram's not doing that because Instagram is a mobile first app. Remember, it was mobile only. They got a lot of desktop tools, but it's really mobile first. So, and they want to keep it an intimate message, where people talking, and they don't really want to get into opening up the API and letting you just push it like Teddy Riley wanted to do. So it's really, you do, and the people can comment, and you can invite one person into your live on. I mean, I know you can watch it on desktop, but that's like external stuff. It's really a mobile app. So think that Instagram is a mobile app. They come from that place of, do it that way. So I don't know if there'll be an API. They might, but I don't see it happening now. So that's where they want to keep it. Because if you want to do all of that, that's what Facebook is for. Facebook gives you the live API so you can do the RT, is it RTPM? I get the letters.
RTMP.
You do the custom RTMP, and you do that with Facebook or Periscope. That's why they have live APIs.
So there are two platforms that do allow you to use, quote, an encoder to go live. And you probably know about it. Yellow Duck is one, and Lula.tv
Lula
is the other one. So it's not.
I don't want you to. Right, but I don't want you to get used to those tools because Instagram could cut them off. Like,
yes, exactly.
That's what I'm thinking. That they don't want. Right.
Okay.
I wouldn't
hold everything. Don't try nothing. Y'all just went over our heads, and we don't like convoluted crap.
Oh, sorry.
Y'all started talking.
API is a code. API is script. API is a script or code that allows two things to talk to each other. Just like when you have, I was saying about you have a printer and a computer, they need software to talk to each other. So that's what the live needs with the RTMP. RTMP. Right. So there's the process you need with doing a live stream that connects it to Facebook and Periscope. So they have to write that code. So that's all. API is just code.
Okay, thank you.
RTMP, also stands for real-time messaging protocol.
There you go. Okay.
And that costs money too. It costs money. This protocol costs money.
Okay.
It's not free.
So when the moral of the story is you go do your Instagram live totally separate from what you're doing over here. You have to have a different way of over there on purpose.
Okay.
Right.
You're not going to be able to
on purpose because less is more. This is what they told
right, Teddy Riley. Right, Teddy Riley. Less is more.
Right,
just saying.
More. So that's why I say yes. There are some third-party encoded tools that use, but I wouldn't get used to those because Instagram can shut them out. And boom.
That's true.
But
that's true
because Instagram is a mobile-first app. Everything is mobile first. That was built on, and they want you to use it. It's a way to have a communication with your audience where there's not that extra stuff.
Right.
Just the phone. Right. Just the phone go live and Curtis, go ahead.
He said
so see right. It's not like like you going live from Facebook, like StreamYard to Facebook or StreamYard to Periscope or YouTube. It's smooth. It's not like that. So like Curtis says, and it's on purpose because you're not supposed to be plugging things in and streaming to your website like Teddy Riley wanted. That's why he had all of that stuff. He wanted to stream and simulcast to his website and siphon the audience off.
That's right. Put it to his website, and then he wanted to have his background dancers and his furs and gazelles and all the type of thing and singing Groove Me and his 1990s. No, friend.
Remember the guy in the back? His hype man dance.
His hype man in the back. No.
Do you know how many millions of memes that came out of this one snap?
Hilarious.
It's too much. So you have to think about the purpose of the app. Instagram is mobile. Even though you can do stuff on the desktop, that's because that was requested by people. But it's still any kind of feature mobile first, because that's the way they wanted. It was designed, and that's the way they want to keep it for now. Now,
True.
I don't know what they will do in the future. Maybe Facebook will give. I don't know, but it's not happening now. So that really came out of the Babyface Teddy Riley thing, because Babyface did what he was supposed to do. He had his, he sip, chill. And
he did chill, and and so he was kind of like that slight smile when old boy started trying to do too much and it failed, and he's just like,
because he wanted to simulcast his website and start his. I don't know what it's, but see, he could do that. Do the live as it's supposed to be, and then at the end, hey guys, we're gonna have the after party at my TeddyRileyLive.com.
yes, yeah, absolutely. Push people towards that. Push people to, and then as we were talking, I'm sorry to interrupt, but as we were talking about, like we've been talking about since Tuesday, Instagram is really not the platform for that type of thing.
Nope, it's not. It's not. That's what you would do YouTube. It can handle that.
So here's the takeaway, because if you've ever been listening to TJ when she comes on Tuesdays, and she so wonderfully enlightens us on what we're supposed to be doing, you're supposed to not try to put everything on at the same time. Now we're doing it here because Facebook can handle it.
It's designed.
Periscope can handle it, and YouTube can handle that, and that works.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be talking to each audience, not trying to talk to everybody at the same time.
Well, just saying.
You gotta have a plan. We're gonna do this live. We're gonna play a minute or a snip of our song, and we're gonna tell stories. Babyface told a great story about Michael Jackson and who did he want to date? He wanted somebody's number, but we didn't get that story before because they were, the two of them talking, and we're kind of like listening in, like, okay, Babyface and Teddy are talking and reminiscing and telling stories, industry stories that we never heard before. Wow. So then at the end of it, you know what? If you want to hear some more of my music, this is Teddy or Babyface, either one. I don't think Babyface is interested in pushing people to his website. But Teddy, you could have just say, go to Teddy Graham. TeddyRiley.com with and just, how many people, maybe 50% of the audience would have kept going because they wanted the show to go on, because Teddy started playing live and Babyface played his guitar live. So those are the things that you can push people to your platform. Don't do what Teddy did, which was too much.
I like having where you have one type of content that is here, but then over and you're showing a different side of what TJ was saying. You're showing a different something. It might be, okay, the cake and the ice cream is over there.
Yeah, you're trying to get everything. The ice cream, the cake, the candy, the chips. You're trying to stuff everything in your mouth. Look, do one and then say, hey, we did the ice cream. Hey, we're moving on to. That's how you have to do it. You could have done it because people still were talking about it. They still wanted the show. And he could have said, all right, we're moving on to my website.
That would, and people would have gone. I think once you've already built the audience, it's not about platform, it's about the people. And if you built a strong connection with your audience, they're going to follow you to the next platform. They're not just going to say, oh no, well, we're tied to Instagram, therefore we can't leave. We must stay
We said
there.
that earlier. They will follow you. If your audience really wants and connects with you and wants what you're giving it, they will follow you.
They will follow you.
We're trying to find the live. People were trying. They were live on Baby and they were live on Teddy. I was switching back, like, where are they? We were trying to find them. When one dropped off, we went to see that. Normally, people don't put that much effort into something. I would have been like, okay, never mind, I'm done. But I'm like, I want to find out. So I'm going to Babyface's page. I'm going to Teddy's page. I'm going here. I'm going there. We're finding it because it's something we want. It's content we want. Make it easy.
I like the
make it easy
on Instagram. Because here we can make a lot of stuff, but exclusively over on Instagram.
Absolutely.
You're not going to get unless you go over there to get that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So there we have it. That's why the Instagram, YouTube, and yes, you can send it to YouTube, but I hope now that they do that, like they think about, okay, maybe they could use StreamYard and have two artists here, and then it goes to YouTube and it goes there, and somebody's producing, like with Gary. Gary uses
Gary
StreamYard.
uses
He has a
StreamYard,
producer.
yeah.
Yeah. So he has a producer, a guy in the back that clicks and reads the comments, and he's not on screen. So that's
He
why
has an
StreamYard is
MC
great for that.
Curtis. He has an MC Curtis.
Yes.
Hey, Curtis.
Yes. See?
Mhm.
Yes. He has a Curtis. So that's what you need, an MC Curtis.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get on, the talent gets on, the artist, whoever, and they battle and do whatever, and it goes to YouTube, and everybody.
You solved the problem in like 5 minutes that it took them 10 years to discover.
Yeah. So you don't have to call Facebook and say don't, because Facebook stops the Instagram live after an hour. So you have to let them know, hey, don't, you get rid of all of that. Less is more. StreamYard into YouTube. Everybody's happy.
Exactly.
Everybody's
exactly.
happy.
I agree.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But they learned a lesson. Everybody learned a lesson.
Well,
So we'll see.
What's happening in media?
Well, okay, so this is kind of a piggyback off of this. Since we're talking about, it's really not about the platform, it's about the people.
Mhm.
I want to have your own platform, because at the end of the day, you're really supposed to use all of these platforms to drive people to real estate that you actually own. And so Erica Badu has heard the call and she has launched her own live streaming platform.
Oh,
yes. So, everybody, like we've been talking about, all these artists have been scrambling to use Instagram in particular, to put stuff out there during this time. Also Twitch, also Facebook and YouTube. But Erica says, well, okay, let me build my own. And so there's an article in Forbes where they're talking to Erica about the future of paid streaming concerts. And she's like, well, it's totally possible. And so she's charging for her live streams, her $1 for her first concert in March, she charged, and then $2 for the next one, and then $3 for ones coming up in April. So she used a platform called Maestro. She used the Maestro live streaming platform to build her service. Okay. Yeah. So it's an experiment, basically, she says. She says, there's nobody between me and that dollar. Amen. She said, I realized there was no social platform where you could interact, choose what I sing, where I am when I do it. And doing that, I had to create my own paywall. Here we are, proof of concept. It can be done, and it can be done by an artist who can erase the invisible lines between myself and my fans, or in this case, the user. Instead of going through streaming services who handle the payments from customers and pay me, the artist, 30 cents or 10 cents, I could directly do business with the people I'm serving. It's a magnificent feeling. So she used that platform to build her own platform, and now she's doing live streaming concerts. Yes, Erica Badu.
Yeah. Go, girl.
Yes.
Direct to consumer. That's where everything should be heading to right now. Remember I talked about the bakery guy here in New York that was like, I gotta close my little bakery. So I'm like, no, you don't close it. You figure out how to get it direct to the consumer. They can't come to you, but give it to them somehow. So you got to figure it out. So I'm glad she did that.
You know,
absolutely.
You know what? I think too, we need to collaborate and brainstorm with people who are having the same issues. The farmers were having the same issues. The dairy farmers were having the same issues. And now he's got this little bread company, and restaurants are solving the problem. And I've seen issues where they've collaborated to try to get this stuff flowing. But people
want to buy. People want to buy. They just can't get out to buy, but they want to buy. So figure it out.
That means your online game needs to be upped right now.
Right.
Yes.
Not now. Right now.
Right now.
RAT now. Right now.
Carlos Phoenix here, who is one of our Biz Dudes, he
Mhm.
was doing something with artists a long time, a couple of years ago, about where they could stream their stuff. We can watch them and interact with the artists and do stuff. And he was doing
Yeah,
that. He was ahead of his time.
there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cut the middleman out. I love that.
Yeah,
You
cut
know,
the middleman out. We don't need it.
I know we don't. I think this is what we have to realize, though, when it comes to this. It's like the distribution game. And so years ago, when I was a professor at Morgan State University, all my students, for some reason, wanted to get into the music industry. They were all about entertainment. And I said, and they were like, oh, well, you know, I don't just want to be a singer or rapper, whatever. I want to have my own label. Good for you. But what good is it to have your label when you don't have distribution? What you need to do is look at the distribution game. And so it's the same thing with
pipeline.
this. Yeah, the pipeline.
Yep.
So
Pipeline.
you're becoming a distributor, albeit it's going to be harder for you as an individual. Erica Badu has a following. So she could do, she could build something and people will be there. For people like us, it takes a little more legwork for it to become viable. It can happen, but it takes a lot more work than it will for somebody who's already had exposure on traditional
anything without an
platforms.
audience.
Exactly.
You can't do anything without an audience. That's why getting the attention and building the audience always comes first. And she did that.
Exactly.
But that's why she can do this. That's why all of them that have followings and fans, Teddy and Babyface, all of them, they already built up the attention and they gave people what they wanted, and now they have an audience. All they have to do is, like I said, the call to action. Tell them what to do. You have the people. Tell them what to do.
You want the people.
Hey, Claudia.
Okay, so going back to my birthday greeting, if you want the people, you got to talk to them right. You have to interact with them. You have to build that rapport, that relationship. Because why would they come to you when you don't have anything to offer?
Exactly.
And here's the key. Erykah Badu is a certain kind of artist, and not everybody follows her or likes her music. That's okay. But guess what? She knows that. So she plays to the people that like her target audience. They will follow her wherever she's going. Same with any artist.
Right.
They will follow you. Trust that they will follow you. Trust it. Know that you're giving them quality content and you're connecting with them and their environment and everything is together. You can say, I'm going to the moon. They're going to follow you to the moon.
And they're
going to figure out how to get there. They're going to figure it out.
There are people following him to the moon.
It goes to show you have to know who your audience is. As long as you know who your audience is. Okay, Erykah Badu knows that while there are some people who listen to Coldplay who may listen to her, the majority of Coldplay listeners are not her audience. So she knows that, and she goes after and engages with those people who are her audience. Now, that when knowing your audience, that doesn't mean you discount everybody else. You leave the door open for people who may stumble upon your music or your videos or your good, but you know who your target is, and you behave as such.
Yes. There's a process to this. There's a process to this. It starts with attention and then showing up, giving them what you got to do that. That's the work. See, Erykah, she can get the fruits of her labor, so to speak, because she's done the work. Of years of making it in the industry and getting attention and putting out albums and cultivating our audience.
Right.
So I'm gonna use a real live right now situation. Terralina, because she's consistent with the cover-ups, and so when people said, "Oh, we need masks." Cover-ups. Well, her cover-ups came into play. She was able to produce cover-ups for the audience that
and a particular kind of mask too, with the fabric and then now the personalization of it.
Right.
That's what you need to do.
And this was like, oh, but the people knew her because she was consistently talking about cover-ups. It's just a different type of cover-up now. It's just a shift, but the people in the audience, they're still calling, oh, maybe I can call Terralina. to get my cover up.
Mm-hmm.
Cover up.
Yeah.
But that's because
so, and then a part of that is you have to show it. You have to. She made the mask and showed the mask her and her daughter, and you post it on Facebook or whatever. That's how you get the attention to. Hey, I'm doing masks now because the people that's falling for the cover-ups. That's how you do it.
And the thing is, I don't think that this is a finite market, the mask market.
No.
Because I think this is unfortunately going to be a way of life. We only, not that we're going to have to wear them all the time, but we're going to need to think, just like when you go on a trip on a plane, what do you carry? You carry the pillow, the neck pillow.
Yep.
You may carry a blanket, and it's probably going to be a face mask now too. So I don't think it's a finite market.
I don't
think so. I think it's masks are here to stay.
If I want to wear one, it's got to look good. Needs to match an outfit.
Yes.
Well, we have a mask and a purse over there on the site.
Do you understand?
And her mask, and I'll say again, Terralita's masks are easy to put on because they're elastic. You just put it over your head and put it on. I've seen some people with the ties, like the surgeon ties, and who's got time to be? Well, I gotta tie it here, and I'm like, that's too much work. You put the elastic over your head, you put it on, and you go.
But when I started, I didn't have the elastic because elastic is really at a premium right now. If you can get somebody who's making glass and still has the elastic, which I do, you need to jump on that. You don't know how long it's going to last. They told me my elastic would be here in 3 days from Amazon. Now I look in there, it's May 1st. I'm like,
oh, wow.
What?
Wow. Wow.
And I expect it to change again because factories are not up and running.
To make the elastic. Okay,
yeah,
got it. So I'm at a pre.
Yeah, see,
yeah,
where's tie?
Okay.
But I want something. If I gotta wear one, I need to look good in it.
I hear you. We're on assignment to keep you looking beautiful over there, California Cover-Ups. That's our thing.
See? There's a commercial right there.
There you go.
We're on assignment.
That's your ad.
That's our tagline. We're on assignment to keep you looking beautiful.
There you go.
So this is the whole thing. I've learned lots of things during this time. Learning because we knew how to pivot. I think that helped us when we kept going from platform to platform to platform to platform.
Everywhere.
We've been down some roads, haven't we, ladies? Oh my God!
Lost track.
We're doing one of the thing on the ice skate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The pirouette, is that what it's called? I don't know where they spin.
Pirouette,
I call it twirling. They've been twirling.
It's like, oh, we got to move again. Oh, and again. Let's go again. But you have to be ready. In business,
you do
got to pivot. We are leaving buggy and horse behind right now.
Yep.
But some people are clamoring to get back to that buggy and horse. So you go on.
Well, let them. We move it this way.
Well, there's always someone who's going to stick with the classic. And that's okay. They call those collectors.
Exactly.
They're relics.
Exactly.
Oh, Claudia says, what a ride over the years. Yeah. She says, what a ride. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Yep. A big transition.
Huge.
Okay, this is new life.
Yeah.
And some people are not back in the building, not when the business owner has discovered that it costs them a lot less money to the business with the people at home.
Right.
Because like I said, they want to buy. No one, there's a lot of people get that, but there's a bunch of people that are sheltered in place at home and they can't get out. They want to buy. They want to do things. That's why you see the explosion of Zoom and everybody, the movies come to us in the house now. You don't have to go to the movie theater.
Yeah, and we're getting acclimated to having stuff delivered. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, oh, I don't have to go out. Oh, y'all do that? Okay. And now that I had to,
buying budget,
I'm more likely to continue to use it.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Absolutely. I had never used Instacart before now because I'm the type of person that I like the experience of going to the store, especially,
I do
certain
too.
stores.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll do that. I had, things delivered, obviously, or shipped to me, but not groceries. There was no need for that for me. But now I'm like, okay. And I'm like, wait, what? Oh, add to the cart and just wait for them to bring it to me. And that way, in this time, it's like I'm already sanitizing these things before I put them away
Me
anyway.
too.
So now I have to, I don't have to get ready, suit up, go get it, and then come back and sanitize. It's just one step. So
Yep.
And then
That's great.
somebody I know became an Instacart um,
Shopper.
shopper. Right.
Mhm.
They started. She's like, I'm making like $300 a week,
see,
Wow.
and she was like, who knew?
Who knew?
And it's
Who
an
knew?
opportunity because and wherever her community is, apparently people are not leaving, and somebody needs to bring groceries.
exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
So you follow protocol, but you're helping somebody, especially when you can just leave it on the porch.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's right. Leave it on the porch.
So, guys, we're making shifts. We're transitioning, and I'm with you guys. I don't think we're going to go back. I think you're going to see a large segment of the population continue to enjoy home delivery.
And they're gonna refine. They're gonna refine and retune the process to where it even be better than what it is right now.
Right.
Just wait and see. It's gonna happen.
So
yeah.
There's a business idea for somebody who likes working with seniors and people who are not tech savvy, because Instacart ain't that easy when you try and go
It's not.
and try to order some stuff. Somebody is going to need to interpret that for somebody else. Yes, let me show you how to. Okay, what do you need? And going in there and helping them maneuver through that, because it's not that easy. And they're the ones, the seniors and other people who can't get out and are not techie. Somebody needs to help them get that.
Exactly.
That is a service to go in, because it takes time to sit down with somebody and set up that stuff.
Or either they have their thing set up and then they call you, okay, I'm ready to go grocery shopping, and you go in and help them and click their stuff so that their stuff gets ordered.
Remember, there are tools that you could use to connect to people's computers and phones to help them, because we use that a lot.
Right.
So you could even think about, well, if I can't get to somebody, you can show them how to download an app or go to this link and install this thing, and you connect to their computer or their phone, and you get to control it for them, and they get to see what you're doing. And once you break the connection, you log out. You're not connected to their equipment anymore, so it's safe that way. And it's you might.
You are so right about the business opportunity there in terms of that, because I was actually thinking about, but again, it's time to do it. I had wanted to do a series of like YouTube videos in terms of, aimed at people, older people who are having problems using like smartphones, because my mother will call me and ask me the same questions. I said, but see, that's why I told you to write it down the first time, but you didn't want to write it down. And now you're like,
they write it down and they can't find it. Yeah.
No, see, my mother's not one of those people that will write it down. She writes it down and she has like a board of stuff, but she decided, I'll remember. So then she called and asked me.
Follow the directions.
She's not following.
She's not gonna follow them.
So she said, now how do you? I said, but that's the same thing that I spent time telling you the last time. And then, so it's like, all right, I need to make a series of videos that kind of speak to this simple use of smartphones for. Now, I'm not talking about all the just simple stuff.
Right.
So
this
like, what is an app and how do you download it?
Here's how you download it if you're on Android. Here's how you do it if you're on Apple.
What is an app store and where is it? What is the Play Store?
Exactly. And do you need that app that they told you to click on So those types of things.
Yeah, because there's a whole lot of that stuff going on. I was like, ooh. And maybe I might think about, I'm gonna think about it for somebody else, where grandma can just call me and say, okay, I'm ready to order my groceries now. And we go on the app for them and order
Mhm.
groceries and get it sent.
Exactly.
How to
Exactly.
send a text. Here's Linda Nance says she wants to know this.
How to see a text.
Help us, Jesus. Okay, call us, Linda.
About that because it's not easy. Look, I can't find the text on somebody's Android phone. I was like, okay, where do you
Because that's the other thing
Oh,
too. We don't
find
speak
it?
Android well.
I'm looking through there and I'm like, okay, I just not doing it.
I mean, it can be. I understand, especially there are so many different types of phones.
There
There's
really
no one standard in terms of things. And if you're not the type of person that likes to, like, I don't read directions unless I need them because I can figure things out on my own and I like to do that. So unless there's something I absolutely can't figure out, then I'll read the directions. But for the most part, I'm like, oh, okay, this it's intuitive for me. But that's not the case for everybody. And so I can understand how you cannot know where your messages and things are, especially since most phones have gotten rid of a home button and things now. Most of the newer phones, I understand. So that's why they just need, there needs to be something that helps along a little bit.
Okay. Linda says, not me, but my older sister. I send her photos and she can't find them. Well, now she's not the only one who can't find her photos. I have so many photos when I go in there.
Oh
I'm
my
just like, you know what? I got to go in the camera and just scroll through and find them.
It is not that if the things are not as straightforward as the development
They would be.
To go into the memory and find out where these things are, and to be honest, phones work through apps as opposed to the way a computer in a sense works, where you can access the files and everything. So there's a file area, but the file download area is an app that you could. So I can understand the difficulty.
The photo issues, yes.
Y'all want me to get online and you want me to do this stuff, but you don't.
Well, the other thing is, do they have the capacity? Maybe she doesn't have enough capacity in her phone to see the photo.
That's another thing. They're not necessarily paying attention to the storage and how much space they have. They may not have the capacity for all of that. Many people just want their phone to work. I don't care about how much memory it has. I just need it to work. Can it make a phone call? Can I take a picture? Great.
Yeah, until it gets full, because you got a 64 gigabyte phone and you can't put nothing else on there.
Exactly.
Well,
ladies,
real.
Yeah.
Great today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you. Watched live
Love it.
replay. We appreciate you. Have
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
a very good weekend. It's nice and warm and toasty here. We got real hot yesterday, like 84.
Wow.
It was hot.
Wow.
But that's a good
That's
thing
cool.
because I understand the virus does not like the heat. So we might just get a heat wave.
Will help. It should help.
Yeah, wave will help.
Okay.
It was up in the 80s yesterday, so
This is good.
Wow.
yeah. Our Sacramento summers, we do get over 100 triple digits. So
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, we get 106, 103. Yeah.
Yep, we do.
106. Oh, okay.
Wow.
I'm still in the 50s here.
Oh,
Well, it's
wow.
106 today. We're saying it's 80 today.
But yeah,
Right. Yeah, but I'm just like, wow, 106.
it will get there,
Wow.
but that's okay. And then I want to talk about something else. We'll do it next week. Why have we not heard about anything about this over in Africa? Because I do believe they're in the hottest part of the year, and maybe that's why we're not here.
Well, yeah. The cases there are not. They have not exploded. In fact, if you look in a lot of the so-called developing nations, you don't have the you don't have it as much as you do in the so-called developed nations. So
Right.
leave Africa alone, people. There's no need for you to go there right now. There are other, as an African, I can tell you, we have other infectious diseases that we need to eradicate and deal with. We don't also need COVID-19. So we don't need you to go over there and try and help. Leave it. Leave it.
Yeah.
I just think there's a whole scientific thing behind this. I'm like, oh, looking at. There's a common sense solution.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not a doctor.
I'm not either, but here's the thing I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about breathing through vacuum cleaner filters. I'm like, for 18 hours. Was that designed for that to happen with my lungs? I don't know.
Supposed to use those. Yeah.
Give me cotton,
No.
people. I know where that comes from. I know what it is.
Yeah, we got a lot of cotton here, so yeah.
There we go.
All right, let's talk again next week. We'll be back on
Yes.
Monday for some coffee, tea, and conversations. Thank you, everybody. TJ, Dr. Tachi, appreciate you. Linda, all the way from South Carolina. Good to see you. Brenna, Nazim from Italy.
Claudia.
Yeah.
Claudia.
Coffee too. I bought some and made my own because I was not standing in a Starbucks line.
There you go.
When I'm having my squeeze party Sunday, so for what you call it?
Oh, okay.
Norwich, yeah, so y'all might get an invitation.
Oh,
yeah,
yes, please.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
See you later.
Talk to you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Terry.
Oh, and don't forget to go to the front of your own line.
Don't forget.